They ignored the fact that you got chartered flights because of this girl. They ignored the fact that ratings were going through the roof because of this girl. Instead, they resented it because they said, yo, we were doing stuff long before Caitlin Clark got here, and y'all wasn't paying attention then. But now the young white girl comes along, and y'all want to sit up there and shower all of this praise and all of this attention that was earned before she ever came along. The resentment is understandable, but it's not about Caitlin Clark. It's about what she represents.
In the world of WNBA basketball, one name has dominated headlines: Caitlin Clark. But what happens when injury sidelines the league's biggest draw and Angel Reese seizes the moment to throw shade? Today, Stephen A. Smith is not holding back, and it's absolutely explosive.
Indiana Fever announced that star Caitlin Clark will be out at least 2 weeks with a left quad strain. Clark reported some pain in her leg Saturday after the team's loss to the New York Liberty. She subsequently underwent an MRI and was diagnosed with the strain on Monday.
This is the controversy that has every fan, every analyst, and every player talking. Angel Reese's alleged disrespect toward an injured Caitlin Clark and Stephen A. Smith's fiery takedown of the entire WNBA's handling of its biggest star. The numbers don't lie. Viewership plummeting, sponsorships wavering, and an entire league grappling with its dependence on one player. Let's break it all down.
Clark was the WNBA's Rookie of the Year last season and a first-team All-WNBA selection. So far, she's averaging 19 points and a league-leading 9.3 assists through 4 games this season. I could give a damn about that last point. I don't care about her leading the league in assists. I don't care about the points that she's averaging because I already know that the young lady can ball. She is special. What I'm interested in is what somebody tweeted me and asked about earlier today that I want to show you.
Caitlin Clark's injury wasn't just another quad strain. It was a gut punch to a league finally starting to find its footing. With Clark sidelined, a catastrophic ripple effect began.
Fortunately, though, the celebration in the WNBA, it was cut short yesterday afternoon as WNBA players learned the harsh lesson: be careful what you wish for. Headline at the New York Post: Caitlin Clark sidelined with Indiana Felines announcing shock injury. Keyword: shock. This injury was shocking, but not for reasons that you...
Let's be clear. Before the injury, Indiana Fever games with Caitlin Clark pulled in a jaw-dropping one. 17 million viewers on average. Without her, viewership crashed to a mere 394,000. That's not a drop, it's a free fall. Even ticket sales for games featuring Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky couldn't stop the bleeding. For teams had moved games to bigger arenas just for Clark. Now entire sections sit empty.
It's also reported a 100% increase in sales for WNBA specific merchandise. It started with Caitlin Clark. And so now that we know all of this, and we've known that for months, now we get to turn around and look and see what exactly is it that the league will do knowing that she's out for the next 2 weeks. I'm not saying I know for sure what's going to happen, but I have an idea.
And here's where the controversy ignites. As Caitlin Clark recovers, Angel Reese's competitive fire has turned into something else entirely. Critics and Stephen A. Smith among them believe Ree isn't just competing. She's actively resenting the attention Clark has brought. Clark.
Indiana led the league in attendance both at home and on the road. The Fever averaged 17,035 fans at home and over 15,000 on the road. 4 teams moved home games to bigger arenas when Indiana came to town to accommodate more fans. That's about Caitlin Clark. How do we know this? Attendance for the entire league was up nearly 50% last year. According to data from across the timeline, and Indiana led all teams with an average attendance of 17,035. That was up 319%.
Smith argued that Clark's magnetism was a once-in-a-generation lifeline. And now, sidelined by injury, the WNBA's entire growth narrative is exposed as fragile, teetering on one star's shoulders. Find out.
We find out. We don't know yet, but I'm going to be really, really interested in seeing, Molly, what kind of effect this has on the WNBA's ratings. Because if for some reason there is a precipitous drop-off, then everybody needs to stand down and recognize the fact that the speculation or the assertions and assumptions about her being the golden goose is valid.
It's not just about Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese. It's about a league that banked everything on one player and now faces a harsh reality.
Caitlin, if you're going to break a record, to me, if it's legitimate, you have to break that record in the same amount of time that that player set it.
Okay.
Right? So if Kelsey Plum set that record in 4 years, well, Caitlin should have broke that record in 4 years. But because there's a COVID year and then there's another year, you know what I mean? So she's already had an extra year to break that record. So is it truly a broken?
Sue Bird, Cheryl Swoops, they've all seen this dynamic before. A league desperate for a superstar and unable to unite behind her. Stephen A. Smith's frustration is crystal clear. It's not about color. It's about what Caitlin Clark represents. Hope for the WNBA survival.
Notice when you're asking about Caitlin a lot, you bring up other rookies as well.
No league's ever about one player. That player could get hurt or whatever. So I think it's just to give recognition that in sports, people watch for compelling content and rivalries. And you can't do that alone.
With Clark's return looming and the league's credibility on the line, the question becomes what happens next. Will Angel Reese embrace the competition or continue to feed the narrative of resentment? Will the WNBA learn to protect and amplify its biggest asset? Or will it squander this golden moment once and for all?
Became the first rookie with at least 25 points, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds in a playoff game. That was Caitlin Clark. Became the 4th different rookie to play all 40 minutes in a playoff game. That was her. I'm looking at other things. 6 different league television partners. This is last year. This is last season. Because this is Caitlin Clark that we're talking about. 6 different league television partners set viewership records that year, her rookie year, for its highest viewed WNBA game. Do you know every one of those games included the...
One thing's for sure, Stephen A. Smith's eruption wasn't just another hot take. It was a wake-up call to an entire league. Because in a sport where rivalries burn bright and legends are made in the fire, it's never been more clear. The WNBA's future depends on how it handles this moment.
Tide lifts all boats. And this is the magnetic traction that draws viewers to the WNBA, and her absence over the next 2 weeks due to that quad strain is providing further evidence of that. Then everybody needs to accept it, stand down, and ride that wave. I'm going to be really interested in seeing how the ratings are going to look without her over the next 2 weeks. Let's make sure we come back and ask me this exact same question after she's been gone for those 2.
If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that like button, subscribe for more WNBA investigative stories, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next explosive episode. Until then, this is your channel name signing off.
You know what she brings to the table. But people wanted to hate because why? You had a bunch of players in this league that watched this young white girl come along and take the league by storm. And they resented it because they saw the marketing prowess that she had. They ignored the fact that you got chartered flights because of this girl. They ignored the fact that ratings were going through the roof because of this girl. Instead, they resented it because they said, yo, we were doing stuff long before Caitlin Clark got here. And y'all wasn't paying attention then. But now the young white girl comes along and y'all want to sit up there and shower all of this praise and all of this attention that was earned before she ever came along. The resentment is understandable, but it's not about Caitlin Clark. It's about what she represents. My point is...
In a league once overshadowed and overlooked, one star's meteoric rise was supposed to usher in a new era of respect and unity. Instead, it's ignited an explosive rift with Stephen A. Smith at the center calling out Angel Reese's shocking behavior. This is the story you won't believe.
I think Stephen A is 100% correct on this. At the end of the day, you already see people actually saying, hey, I'm not watching for 2 weeks. I'm not tuning in for 2 weeks. And it's really bad news for the Mystics and the Sky, because both of those teams moved those games to big arenas. So it's like, now that she's not playing, what is that attendance going to look like? The viewership, right? The viewership is going to plummet. I already know, because the majority of the people that's watching the Indiana Fever wants to see Caitlin Clark. And sad to say it, a lot of them only want to see Caitlin Clark. They don't really care about them.
Caitlin Clark wasn't just another rookie. She was a phenomenon. With her arrival, the WNBA went from niche to prime time. Ratings shattered records. Charter flights were secured. Merch flew off shelves. The entire league finally got the spotlight it deserved.